elevator hook flip.
Closed guard. Stage 1. What happens here, he posts his foot up to get some leverage to hit me. Hug my neck. Neck. Yes.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about exactly what went down right there. Okay?
From our previous lesson, we learned we want to keep the guy close, hug the neck, head up off of the ground, and over the arm. Sometimes rather than try to get his hands in a better position, he'll post his leg here. He can't strike me with this arm at all, so he can lean a little bit or create some distance with this arm and hit to the body. Okay? So, although it's not a knockout blow, it can definitely be irritating. But notice that when this leg is elevated, it's an opportunity for me to reverse him. He's a little bit off balance in that direction. So, what I'm going to do, keep my head up, I'm going to uncross my feet, and I'm going to scoot my hips away this direction until I can bend my foot and find the instep of my foot below his knee. Okay? Now, the hand that's hugging his head is going to release. I'm going to swim under his arm, drop my leg down, and now I pull my knee forward, and my hand is also going to drive forward to cause him to lift and go off balance. At the very end of the movement, my legs will scissor, and he's going to fall right over.
And I land in a much better position mounted on top. Okay?
So, control the head. His leg is up. You start to feel a little punch come into your body there. Open your feet up. Hips come away. Hook your foot behind the knee. Hand goes underneath. I must drop this leg down to clip out his support leg here on this side. Drop and turn and flip.
Right to the mount position. Okay? Let's look at it from a different angle.
Here, hand comes under, drop the leg, pull forward, point the finger where you want to fall.
That's it. Let's look at it from a different angle. We're just here, right? So we want to be this way.
Hip away, hook the foot, come under, drop the leg, pull forward,
Sweep to the top position. Okay?
let's move to the, back to the middle, please. Now, sometimes when we're in this position, I will not succeed in getting the overhook on the arm. So what happens here is maybe he gets, I land under, and he latches onto my neck here. All right, so now I'm having a lot of pressure on my head, and he's driving forward, trying to crush my head. All right, once again, I can use the elevator hook flip. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to still scoot my hip away, get to the side. I'm going to coil my foot just like before. Hand's going to come underneath his arm. I want to keep my head up off of the ground so there's no distance for him to headbutt me. If my head is on the ground, I can protect my face by covering like so. So if he tries to headbutt me, he hits my palm rather than my head. Okay? When I go to replace my head with my hand, here, this hand's going to come back and grab the back of my head. The reason I do that is so now he can't stretch his arm out on the ground for balance. It's kind of trapped. So what I do here, just like before, drop the foot, point the finger, and flip him over.
Okay?
Once again. So, closed guard stage 1, but he's over my neck, not where I want the arm to be. Okay? So I'm going to open my guard, move to the side, hook the foot below the knee here, protecting my head. This hand comes underneath. My head's going to connect with his head, and I'm going to grab the base of my own neck, drop my foot down, point my finger, and stretch.
And we land in the mount position once again. Okay? So we got it one more time, real time, a little bit different angle. Like the neck. Elevator hook.
Simple sweep. simple sweep from the closed guard. Let's talk about what's going on here. You notice in each case, I gripped the collar with my right hand, and he was automatically threatened by this hand. What he's thinking about here is he doesn't want my opposite hand to come in and connect to his opposite collar. Just relax and finish with a choke here. I could also do a similar thing by coming underneath. So what he's doing is he's putting his hand on my arm to protect his neck. Okay? So here, block. Yes. So the first variation, what he's going to do is he's going to raise his leg up. All right? This is going to be the easiest way to feel the sense of balance in the correct position you want to end up in. Can you make your head a little taller, please? Okay. Just open the arm up. This leg is balancing on his leg, and my hip elevates. Moving out to the side, I could theoretically sweep him from here, but I'm not at the ideal angle. What I'd like to achieve is a straight line with my shoulder, his knee, and his foot. When all three of those contact points make a straight line, he's going to be extremely off balance. Right now, they're making a 90-degree angle. So what I want to do here is adjust my body by wiggling out to the side. Now, let's test and see if I have control of this balance. If I have control of this balance properly, he should not be able to put his left knee on the mat. Go ahead. You see, he can't even put his left knee down. That means he's completely off balance here. So what I'm going to do here is a little bitty tug with my hand that's on his collar, and I'm going to arch my back, which moves my head out of the way, and he's going to fall right where my shoulder is. It takes very, very little effort here. So a little pull, arch my back, and then he falls into the hole. I want to keep his head close to me, maintain the collar grip as I continue to move up into the top position. Okay? Let's look at it again. So, closed guard. My hips are up here. I open the collar, get my hand deep, start to attack the neck. He blocks. I grab his armpit. There's a seam on everybody's gi right here. Can you raise your arm up? Look, there's a seam running down the back of everybody's gi right here. I want to grab the seam right there by the shoulder. That's what I want. Open my legs up, hip out, and I'm wiggling. Out, out, out. Now I've got control of his balance. All I do is I pull a little bit here and arch my back. He falls right over. I keep his head close, and I land on top. All right. So that's the first way you want to practice that position. However, you're also going to find the guy with both knees down. Here his balance is a little stronger. He's not completely off balance to that side. So what I want to do here is use some dynamic hip movement to swing my body side to side and take advantage of some momentum that I developed that way. Okay? So my hips are going to be up. I'll open his lapels, start to pull him down, open his jacket, really deep here. Come over the top. He protects his neck. I'm going to right away grab the gi, just like we talked about. Now look, when I move my hip out this time, he didn't raise his leg up, so it's a lot harder for me to move to that angle. And it's a lot heavier here. If I try to sweep here, he's pretty heavy. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to stretch my right leg, open it up, and push off of this foot. I'm going to swing my body really, really far this direction and let my legs open up really wide here. The sensation should be like he feels like he can pull his arm out. But he can't because I've got control of his head and his collar. Now from here I'm going to swing all the way to the opposite side where I was before. Now he's off balance. Even with the knee on the ground, by pulling and arching my back, he's going to fall right into the hole. And I get to the top. Okay? So, once again, he's developed good posture here. Open up his collar with the hip elevated. Pull him down, open the jacket really deep, go for the choke, right away get the armpit, okay? Move to the side, but he's real heavy. Swing my body, and arch. In that particular one, when I did slow, it was a little bit harder to get to that outside angle. When you do it quickly, you're going to have a better result. Let's look at one final variation of this. Okay, same setup. He's far away from me, gripping here. Hips are up, grip the collar. Pull him down, open the jacket, get the deep grip. Go for the choke, he blocks. This time, this foot goes on the hip, and I simply shrimp out this way as I pull his head down a little bit. See, I make a lot of space this direction. So now he doesn't like being there. I've got a good angle. So as he tries to square back up, I use that energy he gives me to get to my angle here. Shoulders in a straight line with his feet. I pull his head forward, sit into the legs, and end up in the mount. All right? Simple sweep or scissor sweep from the closed guard.